One answer comes from the work of German philosopher Immanuel Kant, who is the most widely known exponent of an ethical theory called deontology. Deontology comes from the Greek word deon, meaning duty. This means that actions are either good or bad, right or wrong, based on whether they are consistent with moral duties. In Immanuel Kant's philosophy, we are bound by a universal law, a set of duties that are entirely rational and don't allow for any exceptions. Immanuel Kant believed that ethics was about having a good will, that is, a will to do what's right simply because it's right. Not because it will feel good, not because it'll produce the best outcomes, but because that's what must be done. Let's say you've made a promise to another professional that you'll partner with them on a business project. Later on, you find out that partnering with that person might tarnish your reputation. They're known to play fast and loose with the rules, and serious professionals want nothing to do with them. Many people would advise you to cut ties. Deontology reminds us that we're obliged to keep our promises, even when they come at a personal cost. At the core of deontology is the idea that we shouldn't make special exceptions for ourselves or for other people in our decision-making. Immanuel Kant encouraged people to consider, would it be rational for everyone to act this way? Could what I propose to do be a universal rule? Think about promises, for example. If everybody broke their promises when it suited them, the concept of promises would be meaningless. It's not that breaking promises produces a bad set of outcomes. For Kant, it's just not rational to allow everybody to break their word, which means we shouldn't do it ourselves. Deontology also reminds us about the dignity of every person. Kant argued that we could never treat a person as if they were a tool. Sometimes it's tempting to use people, staff, clients, friends, and family, without showing respect for their rights, needs, or intrinsic dignity. Deontology reminds us to take account of the importance of every person as equal to our own. Are there ways you make special exceptions for yourself? Can you think of times when you tend to use people as mere tools, rather than respecting them as people with will, agency, and dignity of their own? Are there some basic rules that must never be broken, no matter the cost?